Mamdani. I think he's going to win, and I think it's an incredible act of ballistic podiatry, shooting yourself in the foot by New York City voters.
Governor Ron DeSantis last night, it's a ballistic podiatry. Ballistic podiatry, that is a well-worded turn of phrase suggesting that they're shooting themselves in the foot, you see. Ballistic podiatry. Well said. I don't think Mahmoud the jihadi, man, I'm telling you, what a day it was. Hey, the Democrats had a great day. That might be good. They're probably not going to firebomb anything or shoot people. Well, they'll shoot the normal number of people. You know they are. Well, happy Wednesday to you. Happy Hump Day to you. Happy Mailbag Day to you as well. And welcome. We are at 888-630-9625. The Democrat Party mopped the floor with the Republicans in Virginia, in New Jersey, in New York City, which we had expected. And we're still waiting for the jihadi results in Minneapolis, for example. And there are some other locations, but the jihad lives in the United States of America, and the Democrat Party is driving the crazy train on that one. We have extraordinary stories to tell you today, and you're doubtless aware of most of them. The Democrat in Virginia wins the governor's race. The Democrat in Virginia wins the lieutenant governor's race. The Democrat in Virginia wins the attorney general's race. The Democrat in New Jersey won the governor's race. The Democrat communist socialist jihadi in New York City won the mayoral race there. And boy, it is New York City may never be the same. It will be stained and sullied for generations to come. Is the anti-Giuliani, and the Democrats are all applauding this. And I got to tell you, it's young, white, liberal women that are the bane of our existence in the United States of America today. The sense of entitlement and all of that. But boy, oh boy, the first Muslim mayor of New York, and not only is he a Muslim, he's a jihadi. He's globalized the Intifada guy. He wants the Jews to all be killed. He's not your run-of-the-mill next-door neighbor in Washington Muslim who, you might have known for 20 years. This is a different thing altogether. He's a communist. He's citing Eugene Debs, the 100 years ago Socialist Party candidate for the presidency of the United States, who the Democrats have loved for a long, long time. And we've got the Eugene Debs of the 21st century, the socialist Democrat. Eugene Debs was a Democrat, too, and a socialist, and first a social Democrat, then a socialist Democrat, then a socialist, because he evolved, and then he went to prison. He was sent to prison for 10 years because he's a commie undermining the United States, America, and so. But Mamdani in New York, he's all about Eugene Debs, again, commie from 100 years ago, and all that good stuff. And boy, I got the women under 30, and they're all almost all white women. Under 30, 81% of women under 30 voted for Mamdani, 81%, and 75% of the youth vote going for Mamdani. 25% of New York City voters for Mamdani, 25% say that they identify as the other gender. Just kidding, I made that up. They identify as democratic socialists. So that just means socialist, just like Eugene Debs. These are remarkable times. And you know what they're fighting for? Affordability, because they want affordability. I saw a Republican woman on the television this morning saying, well, Republicans need to stand up for affordability. I'm like, well, I guess that Democrat Party talking point is taking hold, got traction there. But so many remarkable stories to tell. New York is one of them, to be certain. And I got to say, in Virginia, Jay Jones becoming the chief law enforcement officer in the Commonwealth of Virginia. He's the guy with the 2 bullets, 2 bullets to the head of the Republican speaker. And he wouldn't shoot Hitler because he loves Hitler, and he wouldn't shoot Pol Pot because he loves communism and, Pol Pot and mass murder. But Isn't that amazing? And Democrats by the millions got out and said, let's vote for that 2 bullets to the head guy and the killing the children in the arms of their mother guy, because they're not liberals. They're the left, honestly. They're the commies. They're the socialists. Jay Jones, he won, and Jason Miyares, the current attorney general in Virginia, he lost, and he's wonderful. He's just great, great American. His family escaped the communists in Cuba, came to the United States. He appreciates the difference. Mamdani, complete commie, not on the side of the good guys. And Jay Jones, this Jay Jones guy, 2 bullets to the head. He wins. He wins. Mickey Sherrill won the governor's race in New Jersey over Jack Ciattarelli, and that is a tragedy as well. Isn't it amazing? And I guess they the uneducated voter is a dedicated Democrat Party donor. It doesn't matter. You want more expensive gasoline, more expensive natural gas, your grandmother's home cooking her English muffins. Yes, you do. Barack Obama promised under his plan of cap and trade, electricity costs would necessarily skyrocket. And the Democrats out there killing whales in the Atlantic Ocean with windmills to try to, and they just screw up everything they touch. It's amazing. The Democrat Party. Boy, oh boy. Also, the Wall Street Journal reporting today that the Latinx or the Latinx, if you're Joe Biden, the Latinx vote in New Jersey rebounded. President Trump did very well with the Latin American vote in New Jersey. The Democrats rebounded in New Jersey, gained back 9% of the Latinx vote in New Jersey. Isn't that terrible? Gained back 5%. President Trump did very well with Latinos in Virginia. The 2 bullets to the head guy and that lady who screams and yells, all that, they gained back 5 points among the Latino voters, the Latinx voters in Virginia.
Latinx.
Here it is, Latinx. And, Prop 50 in California under Gavin Newsom, the hairpiece, you have hairpiece? You have hairpiece? They have pills for that now. Isn't that amazing? But Prop 50 passed in California, of course, for redistricting. And I saw Eric Swalwell, who's a Chinese Communist Party agent and operative in the Democrat Party in the United States, the House of Representatives. The Democrats love him. They all want to date him. And they're talking about running him for governor in California, Eric Swalwell, so that Gavin Newsom can run for president, to free up Gavin Newsom to run for president. I got to tell you, against J.D. Vance, and we'll see about all that when we get to that. Isn't that amazing? But Prop 50, of course, won because the Democrats. Oh, and I saw I think it was Swalwell who said they've been plotting and scheming to upend 5 House seats in California. And Swalwell said maybe seven House seats in California for the Democrats, because the neo-Confederacy, that is the Democrat Party, the 21st century Confederate States of America that the Democrat Party is now. And in the meantime, we're in day 36 of the Schumer government shutdown and a filthy, corrupt news media that lies about it every day. Today is day 36. It is a record. They've now, Schumer has broken the record for government shutdowns. The previous record was 35 days. The new record is 36 days. Today is, so pop the champagne. The Democrats are keeping the government shut down, day 36. They voted to keep it shut down in the Senate alone 14 times, at least 14 times. We've got that. Isn't that amazing? So a Democrat sweep. And look, primarily in Democrat states. In New York City, very, very left-wing Democrat, has been for a long, long time. In New Jersey, a Democrat state, they won. And in Virginia, it's quite sad, really, because Virginia used to be a good American state. We've got, George Mason and Madison and Jefferson, and now the 2 bullets to the head guy has taken over as the chief law enforcement officer. I'm sure our founders would be ashamed, disgraced there. This is absolutely appalling. Yeah, and in Minneapolis, they have this jihadi running for mayor there. The Democrat Party likes violence and jihad, and they don't like the Jewish people. That's for sure. We've got amazing stories to get to today, and I want to hear from you on your take on all this. The headline in the left-wing Politico in Washington, D.C., a newspaper of sorts, the headline is, Jay Jones, he's the 2 bullets to the head. He's going to be the chief law enforcement officer in Virginia, the attorney general. The headline is, Jay Jones overcomes texting scandal to win Virginia AG. And the subheadline, Republicans hoped the public outrage over Jones' 2022 texts would sink him. No, but just shooting the Republican leader in the head twice while you let Hitler and Pol Pot live, that's fine with Democrat Party voters. No Democrat Party voters will call into this show because they're not brave enough. I'm not going to hit them over the head or anything, but they're not brave enough, and they can't make a cogent argument in favor of anything or against anything for that matter. But Jay Jones, the Democrat scandal-plagued attorney general, the attorney general nominee, who sparked a Republican-led backlash over violent text messages, not seen in this story, secured victory in what turned into a high-profile race. They always have to bring race into it, don't they? In Virginia's statewide electoral contest Tuesday, spurred largely by anti-Donald Trump sentiments among voters. Jones, the 2 bullets to the head guy, killed the babies in the arms of their mothers, defeated Republican Jason Miyares, who's a great American and already the attorney general and doing a great job, and family fled communism. The incumbent in the race into the GOP put much of its political capital in protecting Jason Miyares. I think the Republicans are not very good at politics. That's been true for a long time. But they don't have the entirety of the news media and late-night TV and The View and all these, the propaganda outlets that the Democrats have absolutely everywhere. So Republicans hope that public outrage over Jones' 2022 text, where he detailed the hypothetical killing of a GOP lawmaker, be as vague as possible when it comes to that, would be enough to all but disqualify him from winning the post. If the Democrat Party were a decent party, they would have disqualified him from running for the post. So, boy, oh boy. And now, Jay Jones, he's the big winner. He declared victory last night, and the media declared victory for him, too. That's how that works. The media decides who won. To everyone who didn't give up on this campaign, I say thank you, Jay Jones said. And then he shot 2 children in the front row, which I thought was weird. But CNN applauded that. All right, he didn't really shoot 2 children in the front row, but he was thinking about it. He says, I will protect our jobs, our health care, our economy from Donald Trump's attacks. Now, the thing is, they were all voting against Trump all over where the Democrats are voting across the country. They're voting against Trump because of Trump derangement syndrome, and they really despise Donald Trump. The central ethic of the Democrat Party is hatred. It's hate. They hate, and that's what they do. Now, reason to vote for Abigail Spanberger, for governor in Virginia. And the poll asked, well, what reason would you give for your vote for Spanberger? And 67% of the voters polled said to oppose Trump. That's it, to oppose Trump. Only 31% said Trump was not a factor. And only 1% that voted for Spanberger said they actually support Trump. And I think that 1% is lying. That would be natural. 67% in Virginia said they voted for Abigail Spanberger because they opposed Trump. And that's your Democrat Party. It is a severely mentally ill group of people. We call them Democrats. All right, so we've got that, and we're at 888-630-9625. Want to hear from you on the elections yesterday, and we've got a lot for you out of New York, out of Virginia, out of New Jersey. But I got to tell you the New York thing. This is the Democrat Party is now defined by Zohran Mamdani and the Zohran Mamdani voters, and the voting bloc is kind of interesting. They're not traditional American voters by any stretch of the imagination. The Democrats are fundamentally transforming the United States of America. This Jay Jones guy he's crooked, and the Democrats love him. They love crooks. They've come to love the bad guy. I think it makes him cool, I think. All right, let us go to the telephones, Michael. I know a lot of people want to talk about all of this today, and rightly so, and I want to talk to a lot of people today about it as well. So let's go to the phones. Let's go to William calling from Manassas, Virginia. William, you're on the Chris Plant Show.
Morning, Chris.
Hey, William.
Hey, so I think that the victory of Mondami in New York is a lot bigger than any of the other Democratic victories elsewhere. Because elsewhere, it's Republican versus Democrats. It's typical, will the Republicans win, will the Democrats win? Whereas in New York, it was a victory of the Social Democrats and over the Socialists over the Democratic Party. And they, Cuomo pulled all the stops, I think did everything he could, but it wasn't enough.
You're 100% right, of course, and this is, and look, it's going on in Minneapolis, it's going on elsewhere. The Democrat Party, would it be unfair, William, to say that the Democrat Party is apparently being taken over by the Socialists?
I think that would be fair to say, because too long the Democrats, they've been Hillary Clinton's and the Chuck Schumers and the Hakeem Jeffries, they're just coasting along with all the and being buddy with all the big corporations, and a lot of Democratic voters do not like that.
Well, and anti-Semitism has been mainstreamed by the Democrat Party. Anti-Israel sentiment mainstreamed by the Democrat Party. They've got, you get a guy who lies on his visa application to come in as a student, and he goes to Columbia University and stirs up anti-Semitism and from the river to the sea, wipe Israel off the map stuff. That's mainstream Democrat Party, New York City stuff. The political violence everywhere in the country is mainstream Democrat Party stuff, and it's being driven in large part by the socialists. And I don't know if you can call it a wing of the Democrat Party, but I think if it's a wing of the Democrat Party, then the pilot flying the plane is a socialist, because they are the bad guys. But you, William, I saw on the big board here, it's really not Democrat versus Republican. The victory for the Democrats yesterday, it's really socialists over the Democrat Party, and I don't know that the Democrat Party is fighting against them. The Democrat Party didn't come out against Jay Jones with his shoot the Republican speaker in the head twice and kill his children in the arms of his mother, of their mothers. And, honestly, they're just not on the side of right. They're not on the side of good. They're on the side of violence. They're on the side of bad. And then you ask them why they're voting this way, and they'll say, because we hate Trump. And, William, the Trump derangement syndrome is everywhere.
And I would also say that with regards to being anti-Israel, that's not just a mainstream Democrat thing. That's mainstream across both voter bases. I mean, you have so many Republicans are tired of the bombing Iran, whatever, and the funding for Israel. I mean, you have them running to people like Nick Fuentes.
Oh, I'm sorry, we did run the clock. Zohran Mamdani, the incoming mayor, very predictably, of New York City. The communists are, they say 25% of his voters say they identify as Democratic Socialist, which means communist, because the difference is very limited, very limited. The New York Post, great newspaper that actually reports the truth about Hunter Biden's laptop, and the New York Times and the Washington Post lied about it and lied about it. The intelligence community lied about it and lied about it. New York Post got it right. New York Post front page today is Zohran Mamdani wearing a red jacket, holding a red hammer and sickle over his head with red stars shooting by. It's the Soviet Union all over again. The Democrat Party is the Soviet Union living among us in America. The headline is The Red Apple. The Red Apple. It's the New York City, the Big Apple. And here it is, the Red Apple, the commie apple. And it reads, on your marks, get set, Zo. And, of course, on your marks is M-A-R-X, as in Karl Marx, the communist socialist writer, founding father. Socialist Mamdani wins race for mayor. It's always about race, isn't it? And I got to tell you, this is a big deal. It's New York City. It's our biggest city. It's Wall Street is there. He's anti-capitalist. He's a communist. He's a jihadi. He wants the Jews wiped out. Global war against the Jewish people. Global intifada. Isn't that amazing? And they had this idiot Democrat member of Congress out there praising Jamie Raskin from Maryland. He's out there praising this radical, this extremist, this communist, Mamdani. And Jamie Raskin, the Democrat congressman, says Mamdani brings Rooseveltian vision, youthful energy, and pragmatic hope to the Big Apple. It's honestly, it's going to be escaped from New York. It's going to be an island prison. Snake Plissken will be the only one able to get in and out after not too long. Wishing our Democratic nominee great success today. Jamie Raskin, there's Jamie Raskin, the Democrat member of Congress. Isn't that amazing? And Zoran, he's going on about the city-run grocery stores. They won't sell cigarettes or lottery tickets because he's a communist, and this is what they control your health and they control your grocery stores. They control what you can consume and what you can't. I assume that you won't be able to buy alcohol there, right, at the city-run grocery stores. No beer, no wine, no vodka, because, the jihad and everything. And can you buy pork? Can you buy pork at the city-run? What do you think? Pork and alcohol, and no cigarettes, all right, and no lottery tickets, because but the Democrats, they're the ones that inflicted the lottery tickets on it, because remember, it was going to pay for everything, the sale of lottery tickets for education and free crack pipes for illegal alien gang members, students in the New York City schools, and all that good stuff. Amazing stuff. But let me get to some audio here. Let's go to Zoran Mamdani, this is a crazy thing, and I want to share this. I printed those two things out. Did they print? Did they? Because our printers don't always work around here. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. But the number of people that are foreign-born that are voting in New York City is pretty astonishing, I've got to say. And that it ought to be a part of the discussion. It really ought to be a part of the discussion. The number of people not born in the United States that voted Zoran Mamdani in to the mayor's office. But let's go to Zoran on soundbite number one, because listen to that. He even throws in the whole transsexual thing.
Whether you are an immigrant, a member of the trans community, one of the many black women that Donald Trump has fired from a federal job.
Black women.
A single mom still waiting for the cost of groceries to go down.
Still waiting for the cost of groceries to go down.
Or anyone else with their back against the wall. Your struggle is ours too.
It's a struggle. It's a very struggling struggle, and isn't that amazing? The The news media, they were covering it on the lead up to the election day, yesterday's election day. After decades of low turnout for mayor's races, voting surges in New York, and participation in the city once surpassed 90%. Cratered in recent elections because of the lack of faith in our entire system. And it turns out that a great many foreign-born voters, immigrant voters, who presumably stick around long enough to get U.S. citizenship so they can vote legally, but don't bank on that. And the nice people at the New York Post had a story a while back. New poll shows Mamdani dominating among foreign-born voters. Dominating among foreign-born voters in New York. And maybe not as much among U.S.-born voters, because the Democrat Party, it's the fundamental transformation of America. And when you fundamentally transform America, it becomes something that it wasn't before. And that's what Barack Obama threatened when he was president. And it's quite remarkable what the Democrats are doing to the United States of America and targeting New York City for a radical Islamic, jihadi, communist, anti-capitalist government, grocery stores, and the rest. Aren't they amazing? And for them, they're looking at it and thinking, man, we're winning all over the place. This is working. We've got a Marxist, socialist, communist, jihadi who's coming in now as the mayor of New York City. Isn't that amazing? Wah, wah, wah. young women voting 81%. 81% of young women voting for under the age of 30, voting for Mamdani. Wah, wah, wah. Just amazing. Wins the 2025 mayoral race. There's a great, where was the, this one's kind of fun. The headline, Trump, Jewish people who vote for Mamdani are, quote, stupid, end quote. Newsmax has that story headline. And there are so many extraordinary tales to be told here. One of them is a great, the great people at the Babylon Bee with a really fun one. Their headline in the Babylon Bee, New York, because Cuomo put all the older people in the nursing homes where they had COVID spreading like wildfire and thousands died. And when you're a Democrat, that's no big deal. I think they wanted to give him the Nobel Prize in medicine for doing that. But that's his thing. And of course, Mamdani wants to wipe out Israel from the river to the sea, which is to wipe out all of Israel, wipe it off the face of the earth. And the headline in the Babylon Bee yesterday, New York's elderly Jews torn between man who would kill them for being Jewish and man who would kill them for being elderly. That's true. It's a tough call. That's for Democrat voters. You want to vote for the guy that would, you're an old Jewish voter in New York. Well, one guy wants to kill you for being Jewish. The other guy wants to put you in a state-run institution where you'll die of COVID or some other. Isn't that amazing? All right, let's go to Mamdani, because whether you're an immigrant, trans, I love that, trans. And then keep in mind, it's all about Trump derangement syndrome, Mamdani.
If anyone can show a nation betrayed by Donald Trump how to defeat him, it is the city that gave rise to him. And if there is any way to terrify a despot, it is by dismantling the very conditions that allowed him to accumulate power.
The old Russian
this
playbook.
Is not only how we stop Trump, it's how we stop the next one.
It's a jihad. See, the jihad goes on and on. It's the commies have a 100-year plan and the jihadis have a 1,000-year plan. And now the Democrat Party is it's just amazing. Yeah. And he slaughtered it, if you will, in the foreign-born voters. Zohran Mamdani, again, the New York Post. Headline, Zohran Mamdani most popular with foreign-born New Yorkers. But Cuomo, favorite among homegrown voters. Isn't that fascinating? And that is the Democrat Party's open borders, waive every illegal alien in, waive every person that lies on their student visa application, knowing that they're jihadis and that they want to wipe Israel off the face of the map and wage global intifada against the Jewish people, just as Zohran Mamdani does. Zohran Mamdani, last night, he did go on and on, as a number of them did.
So, Donald Trump, since I know you're watching.
TDS, listen to this.
I have 4 words for you. Turn the volume up.
Listen to the crowd go wild. Trump derangement syndrome. Then they burned the Empire State Building to the ground. Zohran Mamdani is going to blow up the new World Trade Center to make room for affordable housing, because affordable housing. As we has had 4 words. He's got 4 words for Donald Trump, and we cleaned it up. We went to the microphone closest to him.
So, Donald Trump, I have 4 words for you.
Durka Durka, Muhammad Jihad.
Ah, yes, Durka Durka Muhammad Jihad coming from him. Isn't that amazing? Yes, sir. Doot, doot, doot. Patriot poll survey found that Mamdani has a whopping 62% of the foreign-born vote, while Cuomo nets just 24% of the foreign-born vote. Republican candidate Curtis Sliwa gets 12%. So 62% of the foreign-born vote in New York City goes to the Jew-hating, jihadi communist who will there will be. Will there? We got to know. We got to know in the city-run grocery stores that he's planning, like the communist Bolshevik Soviet that he is. Will they sell alcohol? Will they sell pork? Can you get a pound of bacon in there, or has that been banned by the GIC? The JIC, the jihadi in charge, and just amazing stuff. I am telling you, our Democrat Party is not what it used to be. Mamdani, he's going to make sure that everybody pays. Everybody's going to pay under the hobnailed boot of Zoran Mamdani.
We will hold bad landlords to account because the Donald Trumps of our city have grown far too comfortable taking advantage of their tenants. We will put an end to the culture of corruption that has allowed billionaires like Trump to evade taxation and exploit tax breaks.
And pay the highest taxes in the city, the highest taxes in the state, the highest taxes in the country. But, it is, what's the line that they use, that they agree with Mao, that all power comes from the barrel of a gun? And this is the way Mamdani views the world and the Democrat Party today, because they're commies.
We know.
They're commies. And this was an Obama administration official on his pal, Chairman Mao.
We know this is largely about power, that it's an adults-only, no-limit game. We kind of agree with Mao that political power comes largely from the barrel of a gun.
Ah, yes, the Maoists are in charge now. And there's nothing to worry about. All they've done is murder 75 million of their own people and enslave 1 billion more. When they kill you by execution, they use a firing squad, and they send the family a bill for the cost of the bullets. That's where they're... And Zoran Mamdani is there.
We will stand alongside unions and expand labor protections because we know...
Yeah, no labor protections.
As Donald Trump does.
It's Trump again.
When working people have ironclad rights, the bosses who seek to extort them become very small indeed.
Now, again, he's going to be the mayor of New York City, and he's got Trump derangement syndrome so deeply ingrained that everything is... He's got a sexual, demented obsession with Donald Trump.
So hear me, President Trump, when I say this. To get to any of us, you will have to get through all of us.
Oh, no, more mob political violence by the Democrat Party. They are truly something, aren't they? All right, let's take another phone call, Michael. Let's go to Zoran Mamdani last night. The commies are here. They call themselves the Democrat Party or the Democratic Socialists, like Bernie Sanders and AOC and Ilhan Omar and the rest. And the Democrat Party is dominated by these figures. Let's go to Glenn calling from Herndon, Virginia. Oh, Glenn, you're on the Chris Plant Show.
Hey, Chris.
Hey, Glenn.
Tough night, obviously, but just a couple things locally, Virginia, and then kind of a general comment. The headwinds from the Schumer shutdown were always going to be rough in Northern Virginia. Northern Virginia is where they juiced the turnout of Fed government employees, employees of contractors, small business employees. So the Dems used the shutdown to juice turnout, and that's what they did. Mm-hmm. And then 45 days, combine that with 45 days of early voting, it was going to be challenging, if not impossible. I mean, the Jay Jones texts, were a gift that unfortunately couldn't get us over the top with Mayoris.
Well, the Democrats all stood by him. The news media all stood by him, but I repeat myself. And I'm running out the clock on you, I'm sorry to say, but go ahead, Glenn.
Yeah, real quick. And I heard a clip on Newsmax or something along that. Well, moderate Democrats, they got to pull the party back, blah, blah, blah. That's over.
Yeah.
That's over. That's wishful thinking. Is not a strategy.
Oh, you're 100% right, and I don't see any moderate Democrats. Name a moderate Democrat. Honestly,
they're either puppets or they're Mondami.
That's exactly right. And, honestly, from Schumer to Nancy Pelosi to Eric Swalwell, and then you've got the Squad and the AOCs and the Ilhan Omars. And honestly, the Democrat Party is a radical party. But they secured information dominance long ago on college campuses and in newsrooms. And they use their corrupt commie-style information dominance to great effect. Yeah, and the I'll shoot the Republican leader twice in the head guy, Jay Jones, chief law enforcement officer. I want to see a mother's babies die in her arms because I want to see policy changes. This is the mainstream of the Democrat Party. They are un-American. They are anti-American. They don't resemble anything that I've seen in America in my entire lifetime. All right, let's go back to the phones right away. Michael, let's go to Patrick, calling from Damascus, Maryland. Patrick just dropped off. Let's go to Dennis, calling from Chesapeake, Virginia. Dennis, you're on the Chris Plant Show.
Hey, Chris.
Hey, Dennis.
My point is this guy, he's not socialist. He's radical Islam. Mm-hmm. And New York City, they attacked the Twin Towers in 93. The blind sheik got convicted in 95. I think that's what Benghazi was about. They're going to trade, because Obama was friends with Morsi, the president of Egypt, and they're going to trade Ambassador Stevens for the blind sheik, because Obama liked to do those deals. Then in 2001, they're successful. They brought down the towers, and now I'm sorry, I've been working outside. Now in 25. Uh-huh. Yeah, it was hard to keep ear on you. I'm painting a fence.
Yeah. Okay.
But now they elect this guy. He's Muslim Brotherhood. I mean, and New York City is the highest population of Jewish people,
right? And
that's why Islam is going to attack New York City until it's finished.
Well, I tell you, the long-term plan is to take over politically and socially, of course, and the Democrats are very open to that notion because they think Muslims are brown people and Jews are white people. That's part of the dementia of the left-wing lunatics. Crazy.